And storm surge a very big part of, Hurricane Michael. And if you remember, Hurricane Michael fell well to the west of us for that landfall, but impact spread a lot wider than the cone. And that's the biggest problem. Just watching the cone, you think, okay, here is where Idalia, again, like Riley said, now forecast to be a Category 3, a major hurricane as it makes landfall. You can't just focus on that cone. Impacts are going to be widespread across Florida, well outside that cone, well outside where that area makes landfall. Over a couple of miles is where it makes landfall or less from the center of the eye, moves over land. But impacts across our area will be felt no matter really where this storm lands within this cone that was updated at 5 a.m. So what we are watching for our area, again, storm surge, a biggest part of that initial impact for us, especially across our coastal counties, where we could find quite a bit of storm surge. Again, 7 feet across Wakulla County from Michael. That was well to our west. Keep in mind, eastern side of the storm, yes, it's going to be a little bit more impactful. That's why Michael, even though fell well to our west, that's why we had those higher impacts across Tallahassee and not so much on the west, on the Louisiana side. That's because we're on the eastern side, the stronger side of the storm. Now, as that storm does track, the important part of where the cone comes into play to our east, southeast, that puts us more on the western side. So that is better news. The further east that storm goes, the lesser the impacts, but there's still going to be impacts, and they're still pretty significant, especially across the southeast side of the Big Bend, where 7 to 11 feet is possible. Now, I stand right at about 5'10", so if I'm standing on the shore right now, and in 48 hours from now, that water could be almost twice my height, right? So that's going to be the problem with inland flooding, especially across Taylor County, which is flood prone anyway. I mean, we've already seen those areas with just significant amounts of rain flood inland because we have those coastal inland areas. Now, you add a couple of feet of not only rain, but also up to 7 to 11 feet of storm surge. That could be significant for places like Perry and Dixie County, which we're going to keep a very close eye on over the next few days.